Word for Windows 95 for Dummies was right at the point where my humor started getting punched back. And the first place it got punched back was right here in the acknowledgments page, where I was forced by the publisher to apologize to all of Canada for something I wrote in Chapter 17. I'll be discussing what happens in Chapter 17 in a bit. And here we go with the blocking text chapter, which I think was Chapter 6. Yes, it's always been Chapter 6. And this time the updated text is about an editor who's arguing with a writer about people who would be overly sensitive to what he's writing. So one of the items in here is about not using the word ham, because it might offend Jewish people. And the other one is about spray painting the image of Mickey Mouse because it would encourage vandalism and incur the ire of the Disney Corporation. Yes, these are some of the things that I had to deal with these editors, and the editor for this one was really a doozy. This screenshot expresses the sentiment that I would have watching movies because the preview would often give away the plot. Still true today. The document template screenshot was about people who eat dirt. Dirt Eaters Anonymous. I was reading an article somewhere that said that there are people who do enjoy eating dirt, and I thought I would capitalize on it. This is from a new chapter, which was on document collaboration, and here we see a famous quote from Charles Dickens. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, and then the obvious comment from the editor. Charles, it cannot be both the best of times and worst of times. Try to add more clarity to your writing. Anyone who's a writer has to deal with editors like this. Time for our clip art example, and can you guess which part I added here? That's right, it was just a waiter. I added the steaming rat. Word can also be a drawing program, and I used the stick figure example in the previous version. This time, I just took off his head. So Chapter 17, and that Canadian joke that I was warned about, happens right here where we talk about the yellow highlighter, and the joke was that if you're a Canadian, you're too dumb to use a computer because you will use the yellow highlighter on the screen. The interesting thing is that originally the joke was not using Canadians. It was using another nationality, and I forget which one I used, but the editor was very, very angry with me for doing this. And it was something that was common, and it was a joke. But it was at this time that the brand started getting weaker and weaker. You'll see this in further examples of my books where I tried to put some really funny stuff in there that was completely squished, almost to the point where humor was no longer considered part of a For Dummies book. Sad, but true, and that's coming up.